And we're live. Welcome back, everybody, to
What
the
is rival?
Sugoi boys. The weekly Sugoi boys. Miasma forgets to mute his own YouTube thing. It's only been 19 episodes. Someday I'll remember to hit mute before we start. That way I don't hear my voice twice when we begin.
It's okay. When Harry Lolly eventually takes over the stream, he will remember to mute.
Right, he will. He's a much better person overall. So yeah, he's better in every facet. So everything that I'm bad at in life, he's better at. He has much more lolly knowledge. He knows who the best girl in Love Live is. Everything I don't know, he knows about anime. Join me, as always, Art of Anime and J-Chip from the J-Chip Show with a brand spanking new camera. Well, new to him. A donated camera. That
Courtesy of Bob.
Courtesy of the Bob Samurai. You look good. Your bald head looks like HD.
I need to get those dots on my head to look like Krillin.
Yes, you should do a Krillin. You should do Krillin for Halloween.
I should. Krillin's awesome. I love Krillin.
That would be such an easy outfit. It would just be the gi and the blue shirt underneath.
Yeah,
that's all you need.
But he would have to die by the end of Halloween.
Yeah, you have to get blown up or something. Well, it's okay. We'll wish you back to life like 30 times.
But I mean, if I had hair, I could be Yajirobe.
Dude, why would you want to be Yajirobe? I'd rather be Krillin.
Yajirobe's awesome.
Hey, Sweepy.
Justin is probably too tall to be Krillin, so we're gonna have to go for the next best thing, and he'll have to be Tien.
Actually,
no, Tien's way too cool for him.
You are wrong, my good sir. I am a short man. I am 5'5".
Oh, well, yeah, you could be adult Krillin.
You're 5'5". I thought you were like 6 feet, Justin.
That's me.
You thought wrong.
Okay, so you can be Krillin.
Good. I want to be Krillin.
Krillin's cool. I like Krillin. He's like the strongest human on Earth.
Yeah, he actually is.
Do you count Tien?
Tien doesn't do much.
I also kind of don't count him as a human because he has 3 eyes.
Yeah, he's not a human.
If he had one less eye, he would meet my standard for humanity.
But Art, the bigger question is this guy human?
Oh, your Sora figure scares me.
It scares you?
I found this at a pawn shop for $2.
If you can get a good look at the actual face on it, it doesn't look natural.
Hold on.
He's got this derpy
Say
face.
something so it actually
Yeah,
talk.
Yeah, Justin, say something.
He's got this derpy face.
No. Jesus. Put him up to the camera and talk because it puts whoever's speaking in the forefront. So now talk.
He's got this derpy looking face.
Oh my god! That is a weird face. Why are his eyebrows like that?
I don't fucking know.
It's alright, just look at it from a distance.
Yeah. I mean, he has his little keyblade and he has his big fucking boots.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to get her out of this. Yeah, I can. She mostly serves as my tether for my mouse when I'm playing Overwatch, but here's Tomoko. Yeah. I have my mouse wrapped around her, that way I don't yank it all over the place.
Here's my other figure, my Josuke. I think he has a slightly better face.
At least Josuke looks a little better than Sora.
Daijobu. I almost dropped it again.
He doesn't move, though. He just has this little pimp pose. There, he can be in the shot.
Nope. Get back over there. She keeps fucking crawling over here. Alright. Alright. So, get into what we've been watching, because that sort of gave me my topic for the day. More in a negative realm.
That's what I've been watching.
I finished Angels of Death, and I did a review for like the 7 people that watched that video. They know how I feel about it, but it wasn't great. It was promising but like my main issue with it was like the plot armor of the main characters and the fact that I didn't really care about either main character all that much, which is a real downer for me because I'm a character guy. And then I was like, I wish these guys were more like X and Y character. And then I was like, you know what? I've never really thought about who I really, really, really enjoy in terms of main characters besides the people who I always boast about. So yeah, I finished Angels of Death. I have some requests from Patreon to start up. Yeah, been reading Vinland Saga still. Well, that's going to be like going on forever because it's still going. And I'm not nearly caught up. And I've been watching Ruby. I watched the first episode. I need to watch the second episode of the new season. That's basically been it. J-Chip, what about you?
The main show I've been watching is Inuyasha.
What's Inuyasha? I don't know what that is. I have no idea.
It's like Inuyashiki.
Yeah, it's like the same thing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Basically the same thing. You got a murderer running around yelling, bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Naraku.
But in all seriousness, I'm enjoying Inuyasha. It's cheesy, good fun.
Yeah.
But I'm only 4 episodes in, so maybe it'll get better, or maybe it'll get worse.
You only need 189 more. You're almost there. And 4 movies. You're almost there, dude. In fact, but not all.
You gotta watch all of Bleach, all of the canon episodes of Bleach at least.
I do. I know. And I need to watch Clanad, and I need to watch Bento this month.
You need to watch a lot of things, apparently.
Yeah, and I gotta.
Bento's. I watched Bento.
Harry's got to come over to my house and pick up my Yamada's First Time Blu-ray. He's gonna put that on his to-watch list, or rewatch list.
Rewatch list, huh?
Yeah, Harry's. That's like he faps to that shit. Literally. Oh, and technically me and Justin are still watching Karno Kyokai, but I'm so not home all the time these days that I've never like, hey man, we could watch this movie.
Yeah.
Where poor Justin's like, hey, I have all the time in the world to watch these movies. We've been through 5. We still need 5.
We still need to film the 5th though.
Yes, we do. We need to film our reaction to Paradox Spiral, which I liked a lot.
That movie's great.
I might rewatch that on my own because I don't know how
Justin was kind of mad on it.
I feel anymore.
Spoiler alert for our discussion.
Sounds like a Justin problem.
I thought it was okay at first, but maybe my rewatch will be better.
It feels like heavy when you watch it. When I first saw it, I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, I had to. Maybe I'm just stupid, but like I had to like catch up with what was going on, and then I did. And you know what it is? I think it's because it's subbed, and so like I'm having to concentrate on like literally reading what they're saying, and then like sort of like why things are happening, and
yeah.
But it's still really.
The action's really cool though.
Oh my god! When it rips her heart out.
Oh, rip my heart out more.
He rips out her still beating heart. It's fucking metal as shit.
Besides Inuyasha, I've been watching Bento. Bento's hilarious. It's really funny. You'll like it, Miasma.
All right. Shout out to Nia-chan, the kind patron who requested both of us.
Yeah.
To watch Bento.
And then I'm watching Durarara. And
oh wait, he actually said Durarara. He didn't say la la la.
La la la. It's like I like those people that call Fooly Cooly furry curry.
Furry curry.
Furry curry. What are you gonna say, Justin?
You guys can stop bitching at me. Salty's best girl.
Hold on. Salty's awesome, but is she?
Salty's my favorite character. So
no, the Rush Verona. I like Verona a lot.
He hasn't got
Yeah,
to
she's
her
an
yet.
she's an X. She's an X2. Celti is pretty awesome. Yeah, she's probably best. I'm not really about Henri. Henri's got 2 big personalities, but that's about it. I mean, well, there's other stuff to her character, but she's also a youngin'. But she does have big personalities that they talk about often.
But yeah, that's all I've been watching, really. Oh, and me and Art finished Food Wars Season 2.
Oh, and Tatami Galaxy, right?
No, we dropped that.
Whoa! Sound off the alarms for all the Tatami fans.
So here's the thing. I wasn't there for that dropping.
Ooh.
So here's the thing. Some of the people that have been watching it for the first time got really bored and couldn't keep up with it.
That's in a lot of people's like top anime. I know that much about it.
I think it's a good show. I've already seen the show, so I haven't dropped it the first time watching it.
I still need to watch it.
But we dropped it in favor for some hentai.
Same thing.
Yeah. Join my Discord. You can watch hentai.
Oh, that's great. I'm so glad I remembered that you were watching that.
I can't wait to get to the comments and people being like, fuck you for not liking Tatami Galaxy or for dropping it.
Tatami Galaxy, best show.
It's a good show. I'll give him that.
I still gotta watch it at some point. Just
but
like anything.
Food Wars Season 2 was really good. Art, you want to talk about
it? Do I want to talk about Food Wars Season 2?
Yeah, because we finished that and it was a really good season.
What I want to know is how will Season 3 top it? Will Season 3 top it?
It will top it with whipped cream. Get it? Because it's food.
Maybe. I'm looking forward to Season 3, but Season 2 was really good.
Oh, Sweet Pete thinks Bento is a really fun show. Awesome.
I'm
excited for it. All I really know about Bento is a brief description done by Digibro at one point where it's like people fighting over food or something. Their lunch, like the bento boxes. Is that what it is? Which sounds interesting enough for me to watch it.
So here's the thing, Miasma.
Yeah.
So the bento boxes are half off and people are fighting over it.
All right, so it's Black Friday, the anime.
Yeah. You ever see those old ladies fighting over the Tickle Me Elmo? Imagine if that was anime.
Yeah, so it's Black Friday the anime. This is great. All right, yeah. Sounds awesome. That's great.
But yeah, I'm done. I talk too much.
Art, have you watched anything else besides Food Wars Second Plate?
Okay, so yes, I have. I've decided to go on this.
Oh boy.
I won't say kick, but this journey.
A journey.
This journey to go back to the anime that I had, not the exact anime, but the genres that I had watched when I was first getting into anime. So I've been trying to find a modern harem anime that is decent. Spoiler, I haven't.
How modern is modern?
2012 on.
Okay.
Would you count Heaven's Lost Property as...
I've seen it, though.
Okay.
Well,
that's the same problem with what am I thinking of? High School DD and Lover. I've seen both of those.
Okay, I have not seen either of those. High School DD looks like it's too much for me.
It might be up Harry Lolly's alley.
Yeah.
So there were 3 shows I watched. Now, I'm not saying I finished them. I watched them. Nisekoi I liked. But I watched the first 2 episodes of Yuna and the Haunted Hot Springs. It's definitely up Harry Lolly's alley, I'll say that.
Okay, great.
But
Hey, Light.
But it was one of those shows that's just loud and annoying comedy.
Okay.
The whole plot of the show is basically a guy goes to a hot spring and he meets a ghost there. He's an exorcist. And he meets a ghost there, but he doesn't want to exorcise her because she's a hot chick.
Sounds great. There you go.
And in the spring house, whatever you want to call it, the hot spring resort, there's like an ogre and an assassin and a luck manipulator that he lives with.
Interesting.
Yeah, 2 episodes and I was done.
Sweet
Then I watched,
recommends Trinity 7.
Then I watched Renai Bokun, or Love Tyrant.
Oh, okay. That's like the Death Note, but it's kissing or something.
Yes, and it was all right. It was all right.
From a scale of 1 to Harry Lolly, what would you rank it?
I don't think it's up Harry Lolly's alley. It's too religious for him.
Oh,
okay.
Again, an alright show. I wouldn't recommend it though. Now I'm currently watching Jitsu wa Watashi wa. Actually, I am.
Awesome.
I'm 3 episodes into that, and this might be the best one of what I've watched, but it's still pretty bland.
And I know you're not a fan of Is This a Zombie, as I am.
No.
Okay. Because that sort of is harem-y. Sort of.
So with Actually I Am, I watched the first episode and I thought it was a Rosario Vampire ripoff, so I dropped it.
It's very similar.
Let me know if it gets better if you continue it.
In the second episode, there's an alien that you meet, so it does differ from Rosario.
Okay.
I don't really know
when he meets Rosario.
But other than that, Food Wars I watched. I caught the tail end of the second episode of Legend of the Overfiend with Justin and everybody else. And the audio was complete. The audio was completely desynced, so we had no idea what was going on anyway.
You could try In Another World with my smartphone. I know that exists.
Hell no.
You can ask my buddy Chase about that.
It's harem and it's isekai. It's great. It's a great combo.
Yeah, it's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, but
and I bet you it's a light novel adaptation, which means
I have no idea if it is or isn't.
Light says, "Who wouldn't want an incestize? Who wouldn't want to incestize the hot chick? What the fuck, Light? Fuck.
What in tarnation?
I don't even know, like, harem shows. The only ones I've really seen are, I would say, like, Is This a Zombie is sort of like that, and then Heaven's Lost Property.
Yeah, see, what's good about, not Is This a Zombie for me, but I can see where it was going and how it did attract people. To have a good harem show, like, you already know going into it the characters are gonna be bland as hell. You really need to rely on that comedy.
Yeah.
And if the comedy doesn't connect with you, then you're not gonna like the show.
Yeah. But do you like Heaven's Lost Property?
Yeah.
Okay. That's like a perfect. That's a really good example.
That's a great example.
He's hilarious.
You have so many characters that do different things for like jokes.
The kid that lives by the river for some reason.
The New World Discovery Club.
He's like homeless, and no one ever cares.
Wasn't there like a full episode dedicated to him wanting to discover the New World?
Yeah, he wants to fly on like a hang glider or something, and that's how he's gonna find shit.
No, I didn't watch Yamada-kun and the Seven Witches. Okami-san and her 7 companions I watched, and I don't remember it. I have the first 2 volumes of Yamada-kun's manga. Oren, I liked Oren, but that was back again during an age when, you know, harem shows weren't in another world with my smartphone.
Oh My Goddess? Oh My Goddess seems interesting.
I haven't seen Oh My Goddess, but I've heard good things about it.
I like the... If Oh My Goddess is the one I'm thinking of...
know...
It has a really interesting looking female main character. Not main character, but the goddess girl herself. I like her character design very much. If it's the right show. I think it's the one that Black Critic guy likes a lot.
There is a harem I really like, but not everyone loves. And it's called Love Hina.
I haven't seen it. I've heard it's good, but...
A lot of people shit on it. It's a good harem, damn it.
See, I've heard the opposite. I know there's a lot of, like, anime YouTube people that like it a lot. They like the manga more. I think the anime like changes some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't watch a lot of harem
has an
stuff.
ending.
Like my thing with harem stuff is like I don't really like how I know who like. I don't like how I could usually figure out like who is the girl that's gonna get the like who is the best girl gets introduced, and then I'm like, all right, he's just gonna end up with this chick. So anything to the contrary is almost like either just for the sake
which
of
is
comedy.
why I like things like Nisukoi, because he doesn't really pick, but at the same time, how can he pick?
I haven't seen it. I know that it's like that. Like it's different. Like because there's all the girls in that are kind of like divided up equally, sort of, right?
Yeah, like he gets equal time with all of them and equal reasoning to be with all of them.
Yeah. Like Heaven's Lost Property, like neighbor girl.
Icarus.
He knows, or neighbor girl, because he's known neighbor girl forever. I feel like Icarus is more just like a. Icarus is like a pet that he fondles, but like karate.
He's never going to end up with the student council president, with the flat-chested girl.
Student council president,
the yellow-haired girl.
Student council president's going to get with the homeless kid.
Exactly.
Because they go to the dance together for some reason.
Never forget, baby, touch my tingling nips.
I'll never forget boob fishing. They went fishing and they were using instead of bait and shit, they were using the girl's cleavage. Oh my god.
See, when the shows are self-aware that's what makes them great.
I'll always love the wrestling episode.
Oh, the wrestling episode.
I'll always love the wrestling episode.
That was hilarious too.
Oh man! All right.
But
well, actually,
would you say there's any good characters that you like in these harems?
I was about to say, like, I kind of wish I thought of some characters that I liked, and I actually really like the kid in Heaven's Lost Property, but he's not one of my favorites. He's really funny. I like Greg Ayers doing his voice.
So with him is that I would not want to hang out with him in person.
I don't think anybody would.
Besides neighbor girl,
if they were female.
Maybe Harry Lolly would hang out with him.
Harry Lolly would totally hang out. More so Icarus. Harry Lolly is more into the blue hair one. Nymph, yeah.
I forgot her name.
And then he also likes the blonde, the stupid blonde one that comes into season 2, I think.
I forget her name.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I don't remember. All I remember is she's like strong, but she's really stupid. So she's like really forgetful.
She's not important. To me,
they're not important.
They're not our favorite characters, which is a segue. Whoa! As I almost knocked out my camera, into what we were talking about tonight. which was so I began this discussion with how Angels of Death had some shitty characters. It also has some shitty art and a fucking weird ending. Don't watch Angels of Death unless you're really, really desperate to see some gore this Halloween, and you've already seen several other shows that I can name. But that show had some bad characters. I gave everybody here the challenge of 3 male characters, 3 female characters, sort of like your top 3 or whatever, which could change. Could change tomorrow, could change in 5 minutes. Who knows? I tried to stay away. I have 3, and then I actually did like an honorable mention, which so you go feel free to add one. What I figured is we could just like go like each like say one. We'll just keep going around. So we'll start with ladies first. So for female number 3, and I tried to kind of shed some light on some shows that people may not have watched. This one is more so I wish people would read the manga because the anime kind of meh. I really like Rosette Christopher from Chrono Crusade a lot. Unfortunately, in the anime, she's far more annoying than she is in the manga, and Hilary Hagg did not do that great a job on her voice, I don't think. But she's basically this like nun that works for this like church organization that like hunts, investigates like demon shit. And she has a brother that was taken by this like demon lord guy, and she's doing anything she can basically to get him back. And she basically has this thing where she has this ultimate sacrifice that she's doing little by little over time, is she's utilizing this guy's demon powers, teaming up with him. However, every time she uses it, it sheds time off of her own lifespan. So she's literally... I'm a big fan of selflessness in my characters. That's one reason I really like Brandon Heat, who is technically...
Selflessness does not exist. See Mikado Ryugami Nai.
But I don't know. I like Rosette a lot for that. I like characters that do shit for other people. And she's cool. She's got 2 guns. She's not very accurate with them. She wastes a whole lot of ammo. But yeah, she's pretty cool. She hunts demons and shit, and it's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
J-Chip, who's your number 3?
So I know you're gonna like this miasma, but when I was thinking about my top 3 favorite female characters, this one female kept on popping up, and I got to include her. It's Coco Hekmektiar.
Oh, I was almost gonna put her.
From Jormungand.
I'm so glad you did.
She is batshit insane, and she can be very serious, but no matter what, she will fuck you up if you wrong her. And she has that look. Like, you look at her, and she's kind of weird, and it's like, I don't know about this girl, but the way she acts is completely different.
Her name is Coco, and she is Loco, as the ending theme will tell you.
If you haven't seen Jormungand, it is a really good show.
It's one of my most underrated shows of all time. It's fucking
I think it's better than Black Lagoon. Not to say Black Lagoon's bad or anything, but Jormungand I feel like has more of a story to it.
I'm so glad there's another human being on Earth that says that besides me. But Coco,
jump on that.
I haven't seen Jormungand, so I can't jump in on that.
I was gonna put her, but then I was almost like, because I had said protagonists, and I was like, Coco. I agree. Like Coco's definitely, but you could also argue that Jonah's the protagonist of that. Because,
well, I mean, in many shows, you have the male and the female lead. So, I mean, if we talk about protagonists, what are you going to call the protagonist of Black Lagoon? Is it Revy or is it Rock?
Oh,
I think it's both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's also like I don't put anybody from Durarara because it's like pick your poison here. Pick.
Also,
shows
who's a cool character in Durarara? Well, let me break out my list.
Kind of the main character.
Yeah, Ikebukuro is the main character.
Yeah. Ikebukuro.
All right, Art. Who's your number trace?
My number trace. My number trace female.
Jormungand is highly underrated. Thank you, Sweet Pea.
You're highly underrated.
Me or Sweet Pea?
Hey, that's a compliment.
Your beard.
Okay.
My number 3 would be Tomo Kunagisa. And you're probably sitting there like, who?
Yeah.
I see that face, my ass. I see
Yeah.
that face. I see that face. It's from your favorite director.
Oh my fucking
Not
God.
Hiroyuki Maishi.
Oh.
Akiyuki Shinbo.
Oh, okay. Is this Monogatari?
No, it's actually from Zaragoto, which is by the author of Monogatari.
Oh, okay.
But this is what he wrote before Monogatari, and I think it's better. It's proto Danganronpa, basically.
Okay.
And it's better than Danganronpa.
Hey, Gabe. Thanks, man.
Hey, Gabe.
I cut it today.
So basically, Tomo is like reliant on her friend, who is an unnamed protagonist, and she's just this computer whiz that you don't know much about, but she. So I have to explain Zaragoto to explain her. Basically, Zaragoto is a murder mystery. They get invited to this island because they're all amazing at what they do. And despite having people killed around them, Tomo still just wants to fool around and do nothing. And worry about her computer and play games. And play with her food. But when she's put in a situation that actually she needs to step up for, like she has a fear of going downstairs by herself because it does something with her stomach, if I recall correctly. She pushes through that fear because she feels her friend is in danger.
Okay. I like it. I like the niche.
Only 8 episodes.
Okay.
Go watch it.
I'll have to watch that when you watch Jormungand. Which is more than 8 episodes.
How long is Jormungand? 24?
24.
Yeah, much longer.
Yeah. It's 3 times as long, actually. Season. No, but you need to watch the second season, because the second season is where shit happens.
The first season's where shit happens, too.
Yeah, but
the first season's good, too.
The ending of Jormungand is like the whipped cream on top. Because that ending.
We can have an entire podcast about that ending once Art finishes it.
If I finish it.
All right, so back to me with number 2. I do want to shed some light on chat here. Light says his favorite female characters. Oh, everybody, by the way, type in your favorite female characters. Join in. I said protagonist, but whatever. Fuck it. Say your favorite female character. Whatever. I don't give a shit. My favorite female characters are Saber from Fate Zero, Kana Endo from 20th Century Boys, and Sakura Kinomoto from Cardcaptor Sakura. The pool ain't big for me. I've only seen Fate Zero, and I don't even know if I saw all of it. Saber's cool. I would want Saber to protect me in a fight. So there's that. I haven't seen the others. Anybody else? Ayaka Kisaragi from Phantom Quest Corp.
Light is just going in on this.
Red hair, kicks ass, and lots of fun getting drunk and singing karaoke poorly. My kind of chick. And he says Fumakano from SMT Devil Survivor 2. I like a lot. The only computer whiz I found both easy on the eye and expressionless personally. I enjoy. Okay. So my number 2 for female was from one of my favorite anime films that I didn't see until like probably less than a year ago now. And I wish I had seen it sooner.
Is this going where I think it's going?
I don't. Maybe not, because it's from Howl's Moving Castle.
Okay.
And it's Sophie, the main character, the main girl. Mostly because, and I mentioned her in my favorite. I made a video of favorite female characters. I don't remember where she had ranked on that.
I was almost expecting Haagen-Dazs right there.
No, Haagen-Dazs. She was almost going to be on here, but she's like. I don't like. I kind of like these. Like the characters on my list are people that like I would want to spend time with, and And
okay, I gotcha.
Haagen-Dazs is really boring. Like, she's cool when she's like fighting. But no, Sophie, it's more so like her attitude about stuff. Like, she's just very like I like how she just sort of she rolls with the punches and is like positive about her situation. Like, this fucked up thing. She gets turned into an old lady, right? And like, I would fucking find a bridge and jump off, but nope. She just keeps on going. She gets a cane. She's just gonna walk, and then she goes on this crazy adventure, this life-changing adventure or whatever, that she wouldn't have gone on if she just gave up on life. Like, I feel like a lot of people would have. And she's pretty positive about it. She's so positive that, like, not only does she help her own situation, she helps out Hal. So I like her a lot. She's cool. She's nice. When she's in her young form, she's pretty easy on the eyes, but not when she's an old lady. I don't like gilfs.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's what you're into, that's what you're into.
Hey, we don't discriminate here on the Sugoi Boys podcast. Top 10 favorite gilfs. The video's coming out next week. On the J Chip show. J Chip, who is your number 2?
So, it's in my hands, and first of all, I think this show's highly underrated.
Your hands? Whoa.
It's from a show called Orange.
Orange.
Oh.
Yeah, my favorite female character is Naho. Naho is really relatable. I could say anything good about any of these characters. I think all these characters are really good. But the main protagonist, I guess, Naho, she's just really special. There's something special about her that I don't think a lot of shows like this really do. And it's that she's really relatable, and that's really what I like her about.
That was an emotional journey. That's what Orange was.
Is she the main in?
Yeah.
I haven't seen Orange.
She's the main character.
Okay. That's so she gets love letters from herself, not letters from herself in the future about a guy or something.
Yeah.
About things. Okay.
It's a pretty emotional show. And
I know it's
it kind of hit
with
me.
as well.
It hit me with me on a personal note, and Naho should be on the list.
Okay. Sweet Pea says also Maho from Beck. Okay. I haven't seen Beck. And Masaki from Masaki! I forgot about Masaki from Welcome to the NHK. That's a good one. He's cool.
Yeah. But if you haven't seen Orange, I highly recommend it. It's underrated as hell. You should go check it out.
I should.
And it's got a good dub, too.
Nice. All right, Art.
All right, me.
All right, Art. Who's your number 2?
My number 2 is
2.
Her name is, if I can look up the name right here, Gen Urobuchi.
Gen Urobuchi, the director?
Oh, okay, no. Utena Tenjo.
From
I don't think Justin needs an explanation as to why.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Well, drop what you're doing and go watch it.
Why is Utena cool?
She can pull a sword out of other human beings.
So
can the guy in Guilty Crown.
Basically, what Art is saying is that that's a loaded question, and you should go watch it and find out why.
So can the guy in Guilty Crown, which is a beautiful just shit piece.
Oh, okay, but there's also a sword inside of her, and she can turn into a car.
All right, you should have just left it at turning into a car. That's good enough. By the way, now that I mentioned Guilty Crown, I always say this to people. Everyone should physically, with their eyes, watch Guilty Crown. You don't have to have the audio on. Besides when they're playing music. Whenever it's the characters talking, you can put on music, put on whatever. Because nothing what they say matters, and it's all really convoluted and stupid. But it's beautiful art.
Miasma, you know what you could do? Is that you can watch Guilty Crown and have Sugoi boyz on in the background.
I own Guilty Crown just because I think it's really good looking, and I haven't opened it though. I watched it when it was coming out, I think, and then I bought it when it came out on Blu-ray, and I was like, is this really worth rewatching? Probably not. I could just watch the OP on YouTube and get the same vibes.
Just watch Code Geass because it's a much better show.
Yes. There you go.
I'm sure many people would disagree with that, because there is that section of the fan base out there that like really, really dislikes Code Geass.
Not enough to say Guilty Crown's better.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Okay, the diehard Guilty Crown fans are
all three of them
in a cave. All three of them are in a cave, being like, someday they'll realize.
Oh my god!
That's implying like the diehard SAO fans aren't in a cave.
The SAO fans are not in a cave; they're in like a studio apartment. That's also a basement.
You know what's sad is Guilty Crown's directed by Tetsuo Araki, so like it could have been awesome, but I don't know what happened.
He probably got high and drunk and was like,
probably
do whatever you want.
He was like, remember when I did all that weird shit in Death Note? Yeah, we're gonna fucking, you know how
bring
that
it back.
You know how that made sense? Yeah, fuck that.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it again, but it's not gonna make any sense.
But how do we, Mr. Araki? How do we want to divvy up this budget? All right, I got to pay the writers and the animators and the people that do the soundtrack. We got to divvy this up. All right, the soundtrack's gonna get 60% of the budget. Then the artwork is going to get 35%. All right, 5%. We're just going to have like kindergartners write the story. All right, fuck it, ship it, go.
You're not wrong.
Egoist, get in here, do some music. It'll make people watch it.
See, this is why we recommend things like Revolutionary Girl Utena, something that actually has a story.
It's not the best looking, but it's a really good show.
For its time, it's probably.
But despite it not being that good looking, the movie looks much, much better.
Yeah. Also, Una has some fine music.
It has like the largest soundtrack I can think of.
It's longer, right? This is like, is it like one of those
37
like
episodes?
50, 30 something?
39.
39.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I'll have to add that. This is just like us adding shows that we need to watch. That's all this has become.
Yeah, you should rewatch Jormungand because it's a good show.
Light Lelouch, you own the Utena limited edition Blu-ray and you haven't seen it? God damn it. Number one. So number one, I kind of went with a meme here. This was more... Oh, I guess... No, I'll do an honorable mention before I do one. This one's less memey. But it's also kind of niche, and I like bringing up niche anime. If anybody here has seen The Slayers...
The
Slayers. Lena Inverse is an awesome, awesome main character. Because she's really strong... she's really good at magic and physically fighting, and she's funny. She like hits. She's like every like check mark. She's kind of hot. I think there's better looking characters in the show. She's not really best girl in terms of looks, but she's not bad looking. She's got red hair, which is another check for me, and I know it's a check for Light. You know. Lena Inverse is pretty awesome. She has one of the strongest spells in the show called Dragon Slave. The Dragon Slave. And it's basically like a huge dragon Kamehameha that they don't really like describe what it is all that well. But she does it. I've been wanting to see Slayers, but haven't. You should. I own the first 3 seasons, and I've only seen season 1, and that kind of makes me sad. But it is really cool. And Lena is awesome. Another show with a great OP is The Slayers. And a show that not a lot of people talk about anymore. It's from like the 90s. But it's also long. So good luck.
Who is your number one?
I mean, we can go around again. Because then you guys, okay. I'll be fresh off of your number ones, or if you want to throw in an Honorable mention.
Honorable mention.
Honorable.
So my honorable mentions, and she was almost number 3, but I like Coco a little bit more. It's Tomoko from Watamote.
Oh god damn it! That was my number 1. God damn it! Here I was gonna pull her out again. Here she is. Go ahead, tell the world why she's so cool.
No. If she's your number 1, you go ahead.
We can both do it. What do you like about her?
She's short.
Her style.
She's short. She has cool hair. She has a green eyeball.
She has a green eyeball. That's all you got.
Yeah, she has green eyes, and that's cool.
How about her as a person?
Well, her as a person, she's really interesting.
She's a pretty shitty person, but I like that she's a shitty person.
She's a shitty person with a purpose.
She is the like personification of like the ultimate. She's just the ultimate example of what like anime fans could be, or just like shut in kind of people that are in take like Sato from NHK, but put him in the body of a like. I think she's in high school girl.
A high schooler, yeah.
High school girl who's really like unkempt, but isn't like, and then add more denial. Like Sato has like less, he has denial, but like less than her. Like she like every chapter in the manga and like every episode of the anime is literally just Tomoko tries X, Tomoko fails, Tomoko doesn't realize why. I personally
liked in the manga, since I know Justin hasn't read it. I don't know about you, Miasma.
I've read 7 volumes. 6 volumes.
Okay. I think this might be beyond that. But when she bakes the chocolate that looks like dicks.
I haven't seen that. That's hilarious. No, Sango is cooler than Tomoko Light, but I was keeping this at protagonists. Sango's a side character. Sango's best girl. I'm gonna make a video about that. Don't you worry. But it's also like,
hey,
Sango's waifu. That's top waifu.
I'm so looking forward to. I'm waiting to get to the episode where she shows up and I just shit all over.
I believe it's episode 24.
When's the real best girl gonna show up? Kikyo.
Kikyo? Technically, Kikyo was in the first. Well, you know who Kikyo is.
I want more of her.
She'll come. She comes back. Don't worry. And then she's around for
a
long time.
I'm tired of this Kagome shit.
Kikyo never stays in her grave. She never.
You know what's interesting Justin? You know what's interesting about Inuyasha, Dub? It reminds me of Resident Evil a little bit. The way they say their lines.
It's not bad. I'll give this to you, the master of unlocking.
If Inuyasha says it, it'll be the best anime I've ever seen in my life.
Kagome Inuyasha Kagome Wenscar.
Oh my god.
Seselmaru. What are you doing here? Fuck you, Inuyasha, you fucking piece of shit. Not how Seselmaru sounds. Lord Seselmaru, I'm talking and I'm fucking...
So my honorable mention will be Akane Tsunemori from Psycho Pass.
Ooh,
okay.
Digibro's favorite female lead, if I remember right from that video.
See, I really like Akane, but I like Mika Shimotsuki a little bit more. But they fuck her up in the second season.
I never saw season 2.
She was a character with a ton of potential because she was basically the second Akane. Like, Mika was the girl in the school that they went to really early in the show, and her friend was working for Makishima. At the end of season 1, if you watch the after credits scene, you see her joining the task force.
Okay.
And the second season follows her under Akane's watch. And some of the things she says resembles what Akane says in season 1, but the way she goes about it is just so terribly written that they ruined the whole concept of Akane as a higher up.
All right. I liked how Akane was like the symbol of like what should be good.
Yeah.
Like what should be like society is all like she's like, hey, we should be doing this. Society's going down this road, and she's just this one girl in the middle of it who's a newbie at what she's doing, but she's actually like the sane person. She was cool. She has some weird eyelashes going on.
Oh yes, definitely.
All right, so yeah, my number 1 got spoiled. Thanks, J-Chip.
Let's talk about that, J-Chip.
I have that too, but it's across the room. But you don't have the figure from Japan like I do, whose head and arms come off.
But the question is, my husband, do you know the music?
The opening is awesome.
But
and the ending theme is awesome too. Do I know it?
Yeah, but
yeah.
Do you
know its English translation?
I know the English. I know the. No, I don't know the name of the song. I know the anime is Watashi ga motenai no wado kange temo omairu ga warui. No matter how I look at it, it's the first anime I ever like longer than like.
You know the opening is the exact same name as the show, right?
I didn't know the song was. Is this okay? I didn't know the song was titled that. I know that they say it. I didn't think it was okay.
The same name.
So there it is. That was the first anime that I ever like was a tryhard, and I memorized the Japanese title that was more than like one word because it was so long. I wanted it because I listened to a podcast at one point, and one guy knew that Hagane no Renkijutsushi was Full Metal Alchemist, and I was like, "That's so fucking." For some reason, I was like, "That's so cool! I'm gonna memorize one." And then so I was like, "Fuck it! I'm gonna be super tryhard," and I literally typed out Watamote's thing, and I would like write it. I spent like probably like 2 days just drilling this into my head, and luckily, I wish I had done that with like my schoolwork, but I drilled it into my head. Now I have a very useless fact. I can say that title in my head. Yeah, that was good. All right, did everybody? So everybody.
I need to do number 1, and Art needs to do number 1 as well.
Okay. I got so distracted with Tomoko that...
Yeah.
Oh,
but number 1 is going to be no surprise. It's Toru Honda.
Fruits basket. She has big eyes.
Isn't she so cute?
Kawaii.
Oh, is she cute?
Yeah, she's... I mean, hold on. Let me find you the right picture.
How about you?
There she is.
Can you describe her as a person? Can your favorite characters have personalities, Justin?
Yeah, I like that she puts herself forward, I guess. She really does care about her friends a lot more. After the death of her mother, she only wants the best out of other people rather than herself. And she never really lets anything bring her down. Like her mom's death doesn't bring her down. She's still very happy. She's very nothing's bringing her down. She's not really a sad person. Nice. She still wants to be a happy person. Even if a tragedy like that happened to her. And she does the same thing to her friends, and she wants everybody to be happy.
dangerous things when people want their friends to be happy. Check out Madoka Magica. Check out Madoka Magica Rebellion.
Also in Fruits Basket, if you hug the opposite sex, they will turn into an animal.
What is this, Ranma?
That's what the show's about. She hugs one of the dudes, and the dude has a curse. The entire Soma family has a curse. If they are hugged by the opposite sex, they will turn into one of the animals of the zodiac, including the cat.
Like forever, or can they come back?
They can come back, but they'll just be naked.
Do they have to hug them again? Is that how that works?
No, they'll be back in like 2 minutes.
They turn into the animal for 2 minutes?
Yeah. But their lifespan is very short.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
Fruits Basket is also pretty hilarious. It's pretty funny. But my number one favorite female is Toru Honda. And she is awesome.
Gabriel says naked. That's my favorite. That's my type of hentai. I mean anime. Anime, yeah.
So, Art, who's your number one?
Do you really have to ask? I'm pretty sure you already know.
Just say it. Well, I know, but they don't know.
Okay, then if you know, then take it away, Justin.
Rei Ayanami.
No.
What the fuck? That's a horrible guess. I wouldn't guess that as his favorite. Isn't he more of an Asuka guy anyway? Isn't he like me?
Yeah.
See, my Asma knows.
Asuka.
I'm just trolling.
Your trolls are not very good. See, the way I see Rei is if Rei is your best girl, then you're into some weird shit.
When I was young, when I first watched it in like middle school, I was way more into like that type of character. So like I was back then I was really into Hinata, and I liked Orihime, and then I was into like the doll, like quiet Stephanie Shea voice character. So
Orihime is not quiet.
But
yeah,
but if you had a choice between Rei and Asuka, you were more into the doll than the explosive badass.
I used to be, but I've learned my ways since then.
Yeah, Asuka is best girl in Eva.
No, yeah, I guess.
Why is Asuka your favorite character?
Did you say Rei is Asuka my favorite character?
Why is Asuka your favorite character?
Because she's an explosive badass and she has a final stand against the mass production of Evas by herself and dies trying.
Nice.
How disgusting.
If that's not a will to live in an otherwise depressing show. I mean, well, she doesn't die, because then we have I'm so fucked up.
Disgusting.
But essentially she dies, because she's stuck in that fucking bed till instrumentality takes place.
Until Kool-Aid, until Tang takes over the planet. Misato, okay. I didn't want to trigger people, but Misato is best girl in Eva. Misato.
I like Misato would be my second. Anybody that picks Rei over Misato and Asuka, no.
I like Misato because I think it might be the age thing, and then she has purple hair, and I like the color purple.
You like that MILF shit. That's where you're going with it.
Yeah. She's also like more like sluttier.
Oh my god.
Like she's like, hooking up with what's his name, like at Nerve headquarters. The what's his name? Yeah. Haji. Yeah, I don't know. I like Misato. And I'm all about like the girl that could take care of me. And I feel like Misato, She tries to take care of fucking Shinji, but Shinji's a fuck up and just runs away. Nobody can take care of Shinji.
Hold up. Okay, no, I don't care about Shinji in this situation. Do you really think Misato would be able to take care of you?
Me? Yeah, I'm really simple.
You're talking about the woman that has nothing but beer in her fridge.
She can handle it. Yeah, that's all she needs.
And every night she orders takeout.
Celty could take care of me, and she doesn't have a head. She's literally lacking a brain. Which, you know, JJ is slowly realizing that Celty is awesome. Yeah. There she is. Right over there. Right.
So I guess it's on to males?
Yeah. Oh, wow, we're already at 10 after. All right. We can go through this quickly. So for males, number 3. A show that I know not a lot of people have watched, but I promote it all the time. From now and then, here and there, Shu. He's the main kid in that show. Very, very niche show that me and like 3 other people have watched. Don't say Celty is ZZZ. Celty's awesome. She's the master writer. But yeah, the main character from now and then, here and there is awesome because he's literally like, he is kind of like the girl in Psycho-Pass. He is, except it's isekai based. He gets transported to this world where it's this big war going on, and there's a child army that gets recruited with the promise that if they win this battle, they'll get to go back to their homeland. Now, is this battle ever really going to end? Probably not. And a lot of them are dying. And it's really about like the horrors of war and battle and what, how much it sucks to be the people that lose. And there's a lot of really adult themes and all of this shit's going on. And you have this like elementary school aged kid who's just trying to do what's right all the time. And he tries to find what's good about situations. Meanwhile, all of his friends around him are having horrible, horrible fucking things happen to them. And he gets tortured and he gets like all this fucking shit. And he always just tries to do what's right. And he's also like, he's not like perfect. He's clumsy. He's kind of dumb. He, he's a strong character, but he's also flawed where it counts. So I like him a lot.
Yeah.
JJ.
All right, number 3. My favorite, my third favorite male protagonist is going to be Spike Spiegel. As cliche as it is, I really dig Spike Spiegel.
I almost did it.
What can I say about him? I really like his hair. He's a badass. I like his like little Han Solo cool type character.
Okay.
But there's more
Han
layers
Solo
to him.
Cool.
Yeah, Han Solo is cool. But like
just it is. Not the new movie.
But like there's more layers to him. And yeah.
Alright, good one. Art, who's your number 3?
My number 3, and this is a fairly new entry for me. Justin might know where I'm going with it before I say it if it's new. And I didn't expect to put it on myself, but I'm going to be saying Yukihira Soma from Food Wars.
Okay.
The fact that he's, your basic shonen protagonist, but the story around him uses kind of like shonen tropes in such a way that them fisted. Like, me and Justin were commenting on how the power of friendship is used in Food Wars, and how Soma's just this guy that he isn't amazing because he's the protagonist. He's amazing because he actually learns from his mistakes. Like, every loss is a victory for him. But every minor thing he could lose at is also a loss.
Yeah.
Huh. That's cool. I like that. I don't know if it's enough to make me watch all those seasons of Food Wars, but maybe someday.
It's kind of slow in the beginning, but once you get to the first competition, it picks up and it kicks you in the ass. It's really good.
My number 2 is Kenzo Tenma from Monster. This is a show that's kind of lengthy, but I recommend it if you've never seen it. It's fucking awesome, although you're going to have to pirate the shit out of it.
It's okay. Yo ho ho here.
Who gives a fuck? It's all dubbed, which is a whole different argument. But yeah, it's awesome. This guy, he's a surgeon. In the beginning, he saves this little kid that grows up to be this fucking psychopath. And then he spends the rest of the show kind of trying to hunt him down and uncovering a whole lot of like truths, and putting shit together. But he's a really good guy. He's really intelligent. He's willing to sacrifice whatever it kind of takes to right what he kind of perceives as wrongs, because he kind of puts a lot of blame on himself, because he's like, should I have really... He questions his, like... He has this whole debate internally of, like, should I... Because he did what he should do as a surgeon and save this kid. How could he ever predict what the kid was going to grow up to do? Yet he blames himself a tad because, he brought this monster back to life. But along the way, he fights a lot of like adversity at work, because they're like, oh, you're going to operate on this person instead of this person. He's like, no, dude, I'm going to operate on whoever the fuck needs it. Yeah. Kenzo Tenma is great. But yeah, he's cool. J-Chip.
So, for me, Light has already said it. My second favorite anime character that is a male is Light Yagami from Death Note.
It's always a solid choice.
Okay. I'm not a big Light fan. This is interesting.
I really sympathized with Light with the first half. I was on his board. I thought all criminals, I really agree with him that murderers and all those criminals should be like put into the death penalty. I just think he went too far with it.
Light did nothing wrong until he went too far.
Yeah,
that's basically what you're saying.
And that's basically what I liked about it. I liked his little I liked him getting to that god complex that he had, and I liked his journey to get to that point.
All right.
I'm not a fan of him as a person in the second half, but I still like his journey in Death Note.
I was on Team L the entire way.
I mean, L is cool too, but...
yeah, so he's cool. Art, your turn.
So... technically, I'm cheating here because it's a game, but the game has an anime, so I'm gonna have to go with Adachi from Persona 4.
All right, why is he cool?
Because spoilers, I can't tell you.
We did a podcast talking about spoilers, and we don't give a fuck about spoilers. So.
I'm never going to play Persona.
Right, you guys don't care about spoilers, but I don't know if anybody in chat does.
Okay, I'll respect that.
All I will say is he's a goofy guy, and he's a fun guy to be around. And then something happens, and he becomes one of the most relatable characters, in JRPGs.
He's also voiced by Johnny Young Bosch.
Light says he's not a protagonist.
He is not a protagonist. But you could make the argument he is a protagonist.
Great. Oh,
because of spoilers.
I didn't realize how much I liked Light until the last episode because I cried my damn eyes. See, by then I hated Light even more. When I was like a teenager, if you told me that like the Death Note was a thing, I'd be like, yeah, I'm edgelord. Look at my fucking Slipknot shirt. Let me write that fucking name in there. But as I've grown up, like I don't think I would use a Death Note or advise someone to use one. I don't know.
You know, my husband, when you were doing that voice, I want you to like lift your shirt up and be like, I am Cornholio.
I need TP for my bumhole.
You with a butthead's awesome.
It is. But neither of them are my favorite anime male protagonists. Because, surprisingly enough, talking about relatability on a sort of personal note, my number one is Rei Hirayama from Sangatsu no Lion.
Okay, thanks for stealing mine.
Our March comes in like a lion. Thievery! Rei? Then we could both talk about how great Rei is. Because Rei is... I just... Like, my connection to it is this and that, like... So he's this dude who's really good at shogi and was raised in the shogi household for... It's not really spoiled, but like his family had passed away, and then he was brought in by one of his father's friends, who happened to be the shogi player, and raised in a household where the two kids also played shogi. The dad played shogi, and he's really, really good at it. And he sort of, it's being really good at this thing is also sort of like this weird,
it's
like
a terrible thing
poison in his life. And you know, it's. I was an athlete for like a long time. So like I played football and I did track and stuff like that. And like my father also did track, and he went and he did it at Division I for like a little bit. So like when I had first started, when it was like first that I was going to do track, like my dad was like excited, but then doing sports was always like you had to like meet like a certain like expectation, and then like it just kind of it puts like pressure on yourself. And like I wasn't in like the same environment as Rei, and I'm not nearly as sad like I think Rei is at times. I could sort of see what's good in my life, I think, more clearly than he can. Yeah, it's just it's just like the cool concept of like, just because you're good at something doesn't mean that like it's like I didn't want, like I hated how like track for a while was like becoming like my thing, my stigma like was track. And like the concept of like, and I didn't really realize that until I had gotten injured when I was in college, and I had to be out for basically a whole year. And it was at that point where I got back into anime, and I got back into playing like some games and stuff, and I realized that like there was sort of more to me as a person. It made me sort of be like well, what, like who is I wasn't miasma, who is miasma, even though miasma didn't exist back then. But yeah, and it's a fucking great show. Watch March Comes in Like a Lion. It's awesome. And then I'm sure Art can even do a better job than me at telling you why he's a good character. Art?
I mean, you covered a lot about Rei.
Yeah, just
giving it off to me. I don't. We've been going for an hour and a half.
That's true.
So before I get into Rei, you've also seen the second season. I haven't.
Yeah. Okay.
So before we go too much into Rei, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Jacob.
Is this number one?
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
Or is it honorable mention?
We didn't do honorable mentions.
I'll do a quick honorable mention. Gohan from Dragon Ball Z. He's my favorite character in Dragon Ball history.
What a cliche otaku answer.
But Gohan from Dragon Ball Z is really awesome. But my number one favorite character in all of anime that is a male is Yusuke Urameshi from Yu Yu Hakusho. Much like miasma, I can relate to him. I was kind of a punk back in the day. I hung out with a lot of really bad people, and I see Yusuke's point of view. Like, the world is shitty, and I gotta be bad. But as the series goes on, he grows from that, and he eventually becomes a pretty cool adult. And that's basically what I liked about it. I related to Yusuke in a lot of points.
Light surprised you didn't pick Yamcha.
Yamcha from Dragon Ball. He's cool.
Oh, I feel bad that I stole Art's number one. But it proves that he's an amazing character.
He is. I would have picked him, but I
that's what you've seen it too.
Surprise J-Chip didn't pick Yamcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So there was our main characters. Oh, I have honorable mention. I was going to say Brandon Heat from Gungrave, but I say that every podcast, so I didn't really want to make him a number, but I love fucking Brandon Heat. He's awesome.
Also, is my favorite
if I have an honorable mention, I'm going to break the rule about the Raw and just say Mikado.
Mikado?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow, sorry. All right, so a long one this time, but it was a great conversation. Thank you, chat, for
next week.
And next week we have trivia. Trivia.
Questions by who?
Questions by me or Light? I gotta talk with Light about that. I gotta see who's doing that. I can do it, or Light can do it. Questions from someone next week. Maybe both. But thank you, chat, for coming.
Submit some questions to Miasma.
Yeah. Oh, fucking great idea. If you have some anime trivia questions,
you could through PM though.
Yeah, you can PM me. You could on Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, you can message me on Twitter. Reach me somehow. Some of you are in multiple Discords with me. So yeah, message me that, and we'll use it in the game. Great idea, Justin. Yeah, check out these guys' channels. Donate to their Patreons. They're really cool dudes. Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next week. See ya.